Hey, I'm your host, Jen Wheeler, and this is the Healthy Her podcast. I'm a teacher, author, and foodie who went from being addicted to sugar, skipping meals, and struggling to get in control of my eating, to someone who is 10 kilos down, eats all the yummy foods without restriction, and is finally in control of my hunger. I'm obsessed with helping other health-conscious women ditch the confusion and overwhelm so they can cultivate healthy eating habits and truly thrive. The Healthy Her podcast was created to give you real talk about healthy eating, as well as easy, actionable tips that fit seamlessly into your busy lifestyle. I'm not just your host. Think of me as your healthy eating hype gal, your personal cheerleader as we chat all things healthy eating, weight loss, and mindset mastery, so you can become the healthiest, happiest version of you. So if you're ready to ditch the guilt, reclaim your confidence, and unlock the very best version of you, then you're in the right place. So let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Healthy Her podcast. Just before I jump into today's episode, I just want to remind you that if you are needing some help, some support, some quick and easy meal ideas, I have loads over on my Instagram at The Active Bod. You just head to the little link that's in my bio, so at the top of my page, and you can download 5 days of healthy dinners. You can also register for my free masterclass. The free masterclass is packed full of gems, like absolute gems. I hold nothing back in this masterclass. I will explain exactly to you why what you have been doing previously with your weight loss efforts haven't worked, because I feel like that's a really important part of it. Because as women, we think, oh, I'm a failure and I just couldn't do it, or I didn't have the motivation, or it's none of those things. And I go through all of this in the masterclass, because as soon as you can understand why what you have been doing isn't working, it's like massive amounts of clarity will come to you. So I delve into all of that in the masterclass. I also talk about exactly what is holding you back from achieving success when it comes to creating a healthy lifestyle, losing weight, and just loving the body that you are in. And then I also give you the exact steps, the things that you need to do in order to get the results you want. So it's super simple, really easily laid out to give you all of the aha moments, because once you understand why what you are doing isn't working and why it hasn't worked, you'll know exactly what you need to do to get the results that you want. So you can register for the free masterclass from my Instagram. You can get your 5 days of healthy dinners. There's other free recipes. Like there is loads and loads and loads of completely free resources that I've put together, because as you know, anything I do, I come from a place of wanting to help, because I have been where you are and I know what it's like, and you need support and you need ideas and you need help. So all of those things are completely free and you can access them and download them anytime. But I definitely recommend registering for the free masterclass, because it's just going to unlock all of those aha moments about why what you have been doing hasn't been working for you. And it will really help you give that clear path of exactly what you need to do in order to move yourself forward. Okay, let's jump into today's episode. So in today's episode, I'm going to talk about 5 things that we need to normalize as women around how we eat. So how we eat healthy and the food that we eat, because these are conversations that come up repeatedly over and over again in my DMs, in our coaching calls, in the comment section of my posts. These are things that come up all the time. And so when I see that happening, it just reinforces to me where I need to help. So where I need to help women, the help that they need, the things that they are struggling with, the things that they're a bit overwhelmed and confused about. So today's episode is just all about the 5 things that I really want you to start normalizing as a woman and as a female around how you eat, the way that you eat, and also the food that you eat. Because like I said, these conversations come up all the time, and it's because women are not sure. We're not sure about these things. And when these things come up, we go, okay, like, is there something wrong with me? I shouldn't be doing it this way. I should be like trying to eat healthy this way. What about this food I've just eaten? And we have all these moments of doubt. The more that you can get clarity and the more that you feel confident in what you're doing, the more likely you're going to do that thing. Okay, so that's what today's episode is all about. It's all about helping you to that clarity that you need. And so when these things do pop up for you, you can go, oh, hang on a minute, like that's just normal. Like women eat that way and women have that thing around food, or, I really want to normalize these things. Okay, number 1, it is completely normal to feel more or less hungry on any set day. It's completely normal. Okay. And I remember when I was trying to lose weight and I went through this thing of like, if you're tracking calories and you're like monitoring your food intake and things like that, and you're like, oh, I've only got this many calories today, but I'm genuinely really hungry. Like I'm not just eating because I'm bored. I feel really, really hungry. Like I need to eat a little bit more. It's normal. Okay. And on the flip side of that, it's also normal to have a day where you go, yeah, I'm just not that hungry today. And I really just want to normalize that. It is okay to feel more hungry on certain days, not hungry on another day, and to eat. It's not normal to feel the same amount of hunger 7 days a week. It's just not normal. And then, of course, we add in that lovely thing that us gals have to deal with of our monthlies. I think I need to do a whole podcast episode about that and how to deal with it, because you do. It's actually normal for you to feel hungry at that time. So I really just want to normalize that it's okay to feel more or less hungry on any set day. It's just normal. And I do, like I said, I remember I used to beat myself up because I'm like, well, I'm trying to lose weight and I shouldn't feel hungry. Like it was like a punishment thing. Like, why are you hungry? You know, you've had enough food. Why are you still hungry? And sometimes, and on some days, it is a normal female behavior to feel more hungry than others. If you're feeling like that, I just don't want you to think too much about it, and definitely don't beat yourself up or feel negative about it, because it is a normal thing. You know, I will have some days, and obviously it's the monthly thing. I'm always more hungry in the lead up to getting my period because that's just normal. But there are days where I am starving. I eat and my stomach still feels empty. I eat something else as my stomach still feels empty. But what I have learned, the old version of myself would beat myself up and go, you're trying to lose weight. You're trying to eat healthy. You can't eat more food. You shouldn't be having more of that. Whereas now that I have educated myself and I've learned so much about my body and how I eat and things like that, I've realized it's actually really normal. Like it's really normal just to have a day where you just feel bloody hungry and you just want to eat some more food. It's a totally normal thing. And same on the other side, like I said, there'll be days where I'm just not hungry. Like I get up, have my breakfast, make my Real Nourish protein crumble and my pancake bake, and I have that. And then it's like 1:00, 2:00, and I'm like, just not really hungry today. And again, the old me would be like, better eat this, and I've got to have this to have my protein, and I've got to. It's okay if you have a day and you're just not really hungry, because what I've sort of found out and what I've noticed in our natural rhythm of our bodies is it all kind of evens itself out. Obviously, it's a different situation if every single day you are constantly hungry all the time. If that is you, that's obviously a completely different issue. You need to look at your protein intake, the food that you're eating, because you're probably not eating enough food at all. So that side of it is a completely different thing. But I'm just talking, if you are eating normally, you have a healthy diet, it is normal to feel more hungry on certain days and to just not feel like that much food on another day. So I definitely want to normalize that one. Okay, number 2. We talked about feeling more or less hungry. So these two kind of link together. It is normal to eat more or less on any set day. So what I mean by that is having some days that are higher calories and some days that are less calories or lower calories. It is normal. I think as women, we sort of get in this mindset. And again, it comes down to those misconceptions that we have around food and weight loss and healthy eating, all those kind of things, that we think that every single day, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year, that we should eat a certain amount of calories every single day. Now, that's whether you're just eating a normal healthy diet or whether you're trying to lose weight. It's not a normal way to eat. It's just not. I will have days, again, where I will eat less calories. I don't eat as many calories because I'm just genuinely not hungry. Or there'll be other days where I eat quite a significant amount of calories that I felt like eating because I was genuinely hungry. And part of succeeding with this process of losing weight, eating healthy, and also creating a healthy lifestyle for yourself so you don't have to diet is starting to tap into your body's cues. And for the longest time, and I'm sure you're so guilty of this too, you just ignore them. You're like, well, that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be eating 1,700 calories, or I'm supposed to be eating this much, and I've now eaten that, and every single day should be the same. It's not. It's very, very normal to have higher calorie days and lower calorie days. And it's all just based on our body's needs and like our energy output and all of those kind of things. And I just really want to tell you that it's just normal. And like I said, I used to fight these kind of things for the longest time. I'd be like, well, no, I'm supposed to be eating this many calories. And if I don't, then I'm obviously going to put on weight, or I'm not going to be healthy. Or It's none of those things, because what happens is eventually, so if you're in the process of the moment and if you're in that process of currently tracking your food and tracking your calories, that's like your support system. And it's your support system to help you so you know how much you're eating and what you're eating. And it is a crucial tool to your success. It truly, truly is, because knowledge is power. So the more that you know about the food that you're eating, how much you're eating, what you're eating, the more in control and the more clarity you have. But here's the thing, and I went through this, I lost the weight, and you then eventually have to learn how to listen to your body's cues, because you're not relying on an app to go, okay, well, I need to get this much protein and I need to eat this much. And you then have to rely on your natural body cues that says, hey, Jen, I'm a little bit hungry today. Can I have an extra snack? Or I'm not that hungry today, so I'm just going to pull back a bit. I'll still make sure I'm eating, obviously, to take care of myself, but I'm just not going to be eating large volumes of food today because I'm just not hungry. We need to normalize those things because, like I said, if you are in the process of tracking your food at the moment, you then eventually have to learn how to not rely on that thing and to trust yourself. Okay. And that's why a lot of women struggle with moving from tracking their food to not tracking their food, because they have to learn that trust. So you have to slowly let go of, well, I'm only going to trust my app that's making sure I'm eating what I'm supposed to be eating to, hey, I'm going to start tuning in and I'm going to start trusting my natural eating habits and my natural eating patterns and things. And it is a process and it does take time. And that's what I said. I think I'll make a note after this and write that down, that I'll do another episode about how I actually moved from tracking my calories to then just trusting my body. And the thing is also, if you're listening to that too and you're going, oh, cool, well, I don't have to track my calories. Well, I'll just miss that step and go to the intuitive eating. Intuitive eating only works if you have a knowledge base. And I want to stress that, okay, because I see so much stuff on social media and these big, big, big influencers, and they go, I don't diet. I just eat intuitively and I just know what to eat. And I know because I follow these people. For some of them I followed for a while. Do you know what they have all done to get to being intuitive eaters? Tracked their food. Like, honestly, they have all at some point tracked their calories and tracked their food in order to become intuitive eaters. So like I said, if you're listening to this and you're going, cool, I can lose weight and eat healthy and do all those things without tracking my food. You need that process because that part gives you the knowledge. Okay, it gives you the knowledge, it gives you the clarity, it gives you the understanding about the food you're eating. And then you can move into intuitive eating and listening more to your body. Because I know, like I said, that word is thrown around a lot. It's like, well, I just intuitively eat. It's a load of rubbish. Like, you can't intuitively eat unless you actually know what you're eating, you know how much you're eating, you know about portion sizes and portion control and all of those kind of things. You can't intuitively eat without that knowledge base. So it really is something that you need to do first before you can move into just kind of like listening to your body. But in saying that, you should just be listening to your body anyway. If you feel a little bit more hungry, there's probably a reason that you feel a little bit more hungry. Or if, you're feeling a little bit less hungry, there may be a reason for it. But again, normal, totally normal, totally, totally normal. So I just don't want you to beat yourself up because you're not eating the same amount of calories every single day for 7 days, 365 days of the year, because no one eats like that. I don't eat like that. My calories day to day fluctuate, and it's completely normal as a female and also as a male. Are you tired of the endless struggle to eat healthy and nail your meal prep routine? Introducing the Real Nourish Do-It-Yourself Meal Prep Mixes, the ultimate solution for busy women like you. When I went on my own personal health journey, I discovered the many benefits of meal prep. And after much searching, I just couldn't find a meal prep mix that was designed especially for women. So I literally decided to create my own. Trust me, as a busy working mum, meal prep has changed my life. Our mixes are packed with protein to keep you energized and feeling full. Our mixes can be whipped up in under 10 minutes, perfect for your on-the-go lifestyle. Using our award-winning pancake tray bake mix means you can say goodbye to standing over a hot stove, flipping pancakes. Simply add water, toss in your favorite fruits, and bake. If you're ready to revolutionize your meal prep game, you can find my mixes at theactivebod.com or follow us on Instagram at realnourish_. And as a special thank you to our Healthy Her community, we have a discount code. So just enter the code, the Healthy Her, at the checkout. All right, number 3. Like I said, we'll do a podcast episode on this one, I think, because this is another one that comes up a lot. It is normal to eat more in the lead up to your period. Normal, 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 normal. this is another one. And this is why I wanted to have this conversation and to record this podcast, because these are 5 things that we need to normalize as women. We need to start normalizing these things. This comes up all of the time, everywhere, DMs, coaching calls, messages, email. Jen, I'm so hungry around my period. Like, what do? I'm trying to lose weight. Like, can you help me? Or I feel so guilty because I've just overeaten and I've eaten all of this chocolate and I've got my period and now like I've blown it and I've done everything wrong and it's all bad. And no, it is normal to want to eat more around your period, especially in the lead up to your period. Normal, normal, normal. So instead of going down the spiral mindset of, I'm really hungry and like the last couple of days I'm just starving and I keep having snack or like chocolate after chocolate, or whereas normally I'm very mindful and I'm in control, and it's your hormones. Okay. And it doesn't give you an open invitation. Obviously, it's just to go YOLO and eat everything in the fridge and pantry. But if you are aware that, you know what, that's roughly when it comes that time of the month and you start to feel hungry, that you get to that point where you go, oh, I know that this is normal. This is okay. It's okay to eat a little bit more around my period because my body obviously needs that. It's okay. And you have to remember as well too, it's not what you do 1 or 2 days in the month. It's what you do the rest of the time. And that's why as women, we get this thing so wrong because we focus on those little moments of where it's not perfect. You know, these little micro moments where I was going to, you get like you buy your packets of chocolates and you get like the mini ones and you're like, oh yeah, like I'm eating mindfully and I'm just going to have 2. And then 2 turns into 3, and then it's 4, and then it's 5. And then before you know, you're looking at 6 packets in front of you. And then you start going down that spiral of, well, I'm really guilty and I've done this wrong and I've stuffed everything up. Like if you take those 6 mini chocolates and you put that in perspective and you look at those 6 chocolates that you overate on and look at that, all of the other things that you can do within your week or within your month, it's comparative, isn't it? Like that's such a small blip on your radar of all of the other things that you can be doing to eat well, to exercise, to look after yourself, to focus on your daily habits, to lose weight. Like that little moment is really not such a big deal. And that's a really good shift that you can start to make, is stop stressing about those micro moments. Don't worry about those moments. They're really no big deal. But the secret is that you move on. Okay, the secret is that you don't go, well, you know what, last night I was getting my period, so I ate 6 chocolates and now I've undone my whole diet and I'm just going to chuck it out the window. I'll quit my program, whatever I was doing, and I'll just start again later. That's how you fail. That's how you fail. That's how you get stuck in that dieting cycle loop. Whereas if you just went, okay, I got my period, ate a little bit more today. Hang on a sec. What did Jen say on the podcast? All right, yep, no big deal. Just going to move on, and you pick up again. That's what gets you results. That gets you to that place that you really, really want to be. It's just letting go, moving it on. And like I said, the more that you can take these things when they happen to you and even just internally in your mind to yourself, say, hang on a minute, this is just normal. I'm not going to beat myself up about this. This is just a normal way to eat. Jen eats like that. Other women eat like that. It's just a normal thing. And to stop beating yourself up and just pick yourself up again the next day. Okay, number 4. This is like, not so much around, well, I guess it kind of is around food, but it's more to do with like workouts and exercising and fitness and kind of things. And it's something I really, really want to normalize. It is normal to not feel like it. Working out, going for a walk, meal prepping your breakfast. It is normal to not feel like it. Like if you can accept that, if you can go, I don't feel like doing this, and you just do it anyway, that is where the absolute magic happens. It's okay to not feel like it. I don't feel like it all the time. Like if I just only exercised, went to the gym, drank my water, if I felt like it, hand on heart, I would honestly never, ever do it. Like that's the truth. I just wouldn't do it because I don't feel like it. I'm a busy mum. I'm running multiple businesses. I've got a couple of kids. Like I'm juggling all these things. I don't feel like it. So I just want to let you know it's normal. If you wake up and you go, I don't feel like it. But here's the secret. You don't let your mood dictate what you do. That's the secret. Okay. So I don't feel like it. I'm a bit tired today. I can't be bothered. I've had a hard day at work. There's always going to be a reason. You don't let your mood dictate what you do. In these kind of situations, something that's really helped me is that in my mind, I would kind of look forward to the version of myself that I wanted to be. So I would kind of project to my future self. And I'm like, well, hang on a minute. How would she feel if I do this thing? How's she going to feel if I show up at the gym? how's she going to look if I go and show up at the gym? Like I would project my future self to sort of see her and go, hang on a minute, she's not going to want me to not do this today. She's going to want to do those things. So you really have to sort of in your mind visualize that future version of yourself that does the things that she says that she's going to do. It is so important to not feel like it, but the secret and the magic is to still do the thing even when you don't feel like it. But again, I don't want you to get stuck in that spiral of, well, I don't feel like it. This is the common pattern that I see with women. It's like, well, I didn't exercise because I didn't feel like it. And then you head down the spiral of, well, I'm not motivated. I'm not inspired enough to lose weight. Oh, another good one is I'm not disciplined enough. I'm weak. These are the patterns that I see come up all the time when I'm working with women and through their Healthy Eating Hype Girl membership. And it's not that at all. It's just that they've let their mood dictate what they do. So if you have days, moments, and you'll have multiple of them, like don't get me wrong, this is not just going to be something where it's like, oh, I feel really good 5 days a week. It's only this little moment where I don't feel like it. I have multiple moments every single day where I just don't feel like it. But I do it anyway because I project my future self. I wake up and I'm like, I don't feel like going to the gym this morning. In my mind, because I've been there, I know how I'm going to feel if I turn up and exercise at the gym because I get all of those feel-good hormones, all of those endorphins and all of those kind of things. I know from my previous experience that if I exercise, I'm going to feel better afterwards. So I ignore my mood, I ignore I don't feel like it, and I go and push through it anyway because I know that the future version of myself is not only going to thank me, but she's going to feel better for doing the thing in the first place. And number 5, this is another one, and I guess this one kind of relates to tracking your food as well. But I mean, whether you're tracking food or not tracking food, whether you're like in a, like whether you're just trying to have a healthy lifestyle or whether you are tracking your food and your goal is actually to lose body fat and to lose weight, it still applies to you anyway. But it is normal for your macronutrients and your macros to change in the day. So what I see a lot is it's like, oh, well, I ate this much protein on this day and this much on this day and that much. As long as it's fairly consistent, it's okay. Like it's okay to have some days where, your protein, you've eaten like a good amount of protein every single day, but there might be a day where you've eaten higher carbohydrates and less fats. That's okay. Or it might be another time where your fats are a little bit higher and your carbs are a little bit lower. Again, those things all relate to the other 4 things that I've talked about, that it's really normal to have those things on different days. Obviously, if you are tracking your food and your goal is weight loss, you want to try and stick to those amounts for your macronutrients. But like I said, even if you are tracking your food and you have a day and your carbs are a little bit higher and your fats are a little bit lower or vice versa, it's okay. Obviously, the one that we always try and make sure that we hit is our protein. That's always the one that we want to try and keep as consistent as possible. But the other ones, if they fluctuate slightly, it's just normal. Like it's just normal. And like I said, you do eventually have to move from relying on tracking to then like listening to your body and listening to your body's cues, eating a little bit more when you feel hungry, maybe not eating as much when you don't. And because that also can help you to maintain your healthy lifestyle long term as well. So they are 5 things that I really, after you listen to today's episode, I really just want you to go away and think about them. And like I said, when they pop up for you in your everyday life, I want that little thing to pop up in your head that says, hang on a minute, that's just really normal. Like that's a normal way for a woman to eat. It's a normal way for the food to change, for the amount of food to fluctuate. And just so we can stop beating ourselves up so much and being so hard on ourselves. And that for me is what this podcast has always been about. When I went on my own weight loss and health journey after having kids and trying to lose weight and everything, I just found that people aren't having these conversations. Like if someone had sat down to me and said, you know what, Jen, it's actually really normal to eat more around your period, I would have like saved myself so much time, stressing and worrying and beating myself up and feeling guilty and all of those kind of things. So that's why I really want to normalize these things and be having these conversations so women don't feel so overwhelmed, so they don't feel so confused. And so when these things happen, they can just go, oh, you know what, that's just normal. It's just a normal way of eating. It's a normal thing to feel. As always, I hope that you've really, really enjoyed today's episode. If you have a spare second, I'd be super grateful if you can leave a review, leave 5 stars. It would mean the world to me. Even if you can just like share the podcast to your stories or tell a friend, because it just lets other people know that it's a safe space that they can come to and get lots of helpful tools and advice around healthy eating and weight loss. I will see you all in our next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in to another empowering episode of the Healthy Her podcast. If you enjoyed today's chat and found it helpful, hitting that follow or subscribe button would be amazing because your support means the world to me. Come connect with me on Instagram @theactivebod for your daily dose of inspiration and for loads of new easy meal ideas. Take care and keep thriving. See you next week.